Welcome to another episode of Unpacking Love. I'm so excited to be bringing this hot topic to you guys. Today, we're going to have what's called the cheating episode. And honey, we're going to talk about all things cheating. And I'm so excited to have my girl in the house today. We've got Keisha. Keisha, what's going on, girl?
Hello. I am ready for the tea. I'm excited for the tea.
I am ready for you to give us the tea.
No judgments, okay? We're just spilling tea.
No judgments. Yes, no judgments. And you know what? Actually, from anything that ever happens in life, there's always a lesson to take away, from whatever would have happened. So we're going to talk about cheating from the perspective of being cheated on. And then we're going to talk about cheating from the perspective of being a cheater. And then we're going to talk about cheating from the perspective of being a side chick. And then we'll also talk about and then we'll also talk about trust and cheating and how all of that goes, right? After somebody has cheated or you've been cheated on, how trust works. So yes, girl, let us get started. So let's talk about this first. Have you been cheated on?
Oh my God, girl. How many times is what you should be asking?
Oh no, was it the same guy or it was multiple guys?
It was two guys. One did it more than once. And then the other one did it once and then never again.
Wow. It's the fact that you said, and he never did it again.
Sounds like I threatened it.
Yeah. So in both of those situations that happened, did you guys stay together after the cheating?
Actually, yes. We spoke about it. Like, okay, with the first guy, it was basically like in high school, you know what I mean? And
Okay.
in high school, what are you really doing? It was more of like, oh, he was talking to this other girl. I mean, I don't know what their relationship was, but the way I found out about it is what pissed me off more than anything.
Oh, tell us. Let's go there.
How I found out, we were at school, and we were having a hockey tournament actually, and it was filled with people from all sorts of schools. And then all of a sudden, this group of girls marches up to me, and so the girl wasn't even there. These were her friends, right?
Oh,
and
wow.
They come up like, "Are you the one dating this guy?" And I'm like, why? And they're like, "Oh, because he's dating our friend too. And how could you be um how could you be a homewrecker?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?"
What?
I'm like, "What are you talking about?" So they had it in their heads that I was the one who came and started dating him after they did. But in truth, we had been dating for a long time.
And here you are thinking like you have had this boyfriend and it's been a one-to-one relationship and he has somebody on the side.
Exactly. Who people know about, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even like a secret relationship. And I'm just like, what? Because I just used to stay out of people's business, like no one knew me like that. And
Okay.
I had no idea who this girl was. And I guess their relationship was the one that was out there. But I was like, what the hell?
Wait, so your relationship was the one that was on the low?
Well, no, on my side, everyone knew about it. And then on her side, because it was two different schools. So at her school, people knew about it. At mine, they knew about it.
Oh, man. The mess.
Yeah, and I guess his friends kept it secret. I confronted him about it, and he flat out denied it. He completely denied it. And I'm like, but all these people said. And he was like, "No, I just went with her." You remember those high school dances?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, so he was like, "No, I just went with her to the dance. It wasn't anything like that." I'm like, "Why didn't you tell me that?"
Yes, and also I know we were younger, but like, how do you go to a dance with another girl and not tell your girlfriends that you're going to a dance with another girl?
And like now I'm like finding out about, and she was younger too, right? So when you're younger and someone asks you to a dance, that's basically asking you out. Like,
Right. Yes.
So I guess that's what it was, or maybe he was lying. I don't really care anymore. But
So this is the situation where you said that the guy did it multiple times, but then you guys stayed together, right? With is it this guy?
oh no, this is the one who did it once.
Okay, so Mr. High School, he only did it one time.
Yeah, I guess we spoke about it. We spoke about it a lot. Oof, spoke about it a lot. And we fought about it a lot too. And then eventually I just kind of let it go. Kind of.
Okay, okay.
I felt like a bit of a tyrant after that. And it was just never the same. You know what I mean?
Okay, okay. How long was the relationship before you found out about the cheating? And then how much longer did you guys stay together after that?
So much longer. It makes me feel so stupid about it too. We had been dating for about 8 months, and we stayed together for like 2 more years.
Wow. Okay, girl. You were like, I am sticking with my man. Shoot, I am two
Yeah,
years and 8 months.
I really don't like dating. Like that's one thing about me. I'm never gonna just let me go start again, type of thing. So
Okay.
if it can be fixed, I fix, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. And then
Mhm.
so after that point where you guys had fought about the whole thing and you had ironed out the issues, so throughout the 2 years, there were no other like sketchy stories of him cheating or being with somebody else.
He was just one of those guys who had a lot of female friends. So on my end,
Okay.
that was always a questionable thing, even though I guess he tried to make it not seem like it was, but I always had that doubt, you know? And
Okay. Okay.
there were no stories of him being bad. It was now me. Um,
Yeah, I mean it's fair, right? Because you had gone through it with
yeah,
him, and so I don't
uh-huh.
blame you for having trust issues because something like that. And also, it's pretty
Hmm.
traumatic when like a whole gang of girls comes to you to tell you that your man is actually our friend's man.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the other guy where you said he cheated multiple times and you guys stayed together. So can we first define what cheating is in this context now?
It was two different kinds. And honestly, the first time, right? So the first time he we had a big fight, right? We used to clash a lot because we're very emotional people, I think. And so we had a really big fight. And so let's say we fought on Saturday, and then we didn't talk on Saturday and Sunday. And then we spoke about everything and fixed everything the next day. And then there was on the next day, on the Tuesday, right? We were talking, and we're always those people who, when you're those people who text all the time.
Hmm.
So if someone takes like an hour or two to respond, it's kind of like, what happened? you know? And and so on this day, like at night, he just disappeared and just didn't respond to me until like 2 a.m. So from like I think like 4 p.m. until like 2 a.m. he just did not respond. And I was like, huh, okay, okay. That's weird, but okay, sure. I'll let it go. Maybe I'm overreacting. It's fine. And then a couple days later, he shows up at my job and he's like, "Oh, I'm here to pick you up." And now he was being super nice. Like,
Oh.
yeah, he came with like flowers at my workplace, and he's like, "I'm here to pick you up. Then we can go home." And I'm just kind of like, "Oh, okay. Maybe he's apologizing for the fight." you know. I mean, I was suspicious about what had happened the day before when he disappeared, but I was just like, okay, maybe I was just overreacting. Maybe he was feeling bad and he brought me flowers. And then for some reason, I could see there was something wrong.
Jeez. And you feel like you always feel it, right? Like there's a gut
Yeah,
thing
I
that's
could
just like something is off.
exactly. And then I asked him, I was like, "Oh yeah, how are you?" Because I was like smiling. I'm like, "Look at these flowers." I was like, "Oh yay, you're here. This is great." And then we sat down because I used to work in like a restaurant. And then we sat down while I was like waiting. I don't remember what I was waiting for. And then And I was like, "Oh yeah, how's your day? What were you doing?" Type. I think I said, "What did you do last night?" And when you can see the fear in someone's eyes,
Mm.
like his eyes genuinely glazed over, and I'm like,
He was looking high. He was like, "What?"
yeah, like I was like, dude, like, and I was like, "What did you do?" Like, I was just like, wait. I was genuinely just asking, like, were you playing FIFA and you forgot to text me, or, But then he just flat out confessed,
Just like that. Yo, I'm saying, like, if you're
just like
gonna
that.
do sketchy things, right, at least be able to keep it in for a minute. If you are gonna go down that route.
Don't get caught.
What? He flat out confessed. So what did he say?
He flat out confessed, unprovoked. I hadn't even started digging. You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, okay. So that kind of caught me off guard, and I was like, huh. So what happened was, the day we fought, right? He
Mhm.
apparently thought that because we fought that badly that we were done.
What?
So he called his ex sneaky link.
If you could see my face, like my jaw actually drops. Like, bruh, how are you gonna go from we just had
You
a
know what I'm
fight
saying?
to it's over? Did we say it was over?
Exactly. And this was like 2 weeks into our relationship. I'm like, what the hell?
Oh my
What?
gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And you said his ex sneaky link. So what does that mean? Is this not an ex-girlfriend?
It's like I think it's like a person he had like what well, as he led me to believe, is someone he had a one night stand with before.
Sneaky link for sure. Okay, go on.
So what he did, I guess, when he was upset, he called her, and you would assume that if you're gonna call someone like that, it's like, oh, come over, let's hook up, right? No, no, no. This guy called her and said, let's go for a movie date.
What? Like, this is kind of crazy because I'm like, wait, are you like trying to be romantic with your sneaky? Like, what is going on? Instead of you fixing the problems you have in your relationship, here
Mm.
you are calling the ex sneaky link. Go to the wow. Okay. Uh-huh.
So this date, and then the date was like on the Tuesday. The day he then disappeared after we had fixed things. So he kept the date anyway.
Oh man, come on.
And I I don't know. Like I was like, what? And then I swear, I don't even know how he explained it, but he basically made it seem as if me disappearing on the Saturday after we fought is the reason he did that. And he kept the date because he didn't want to be rude.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. First of all,
Uh-huh.
it's too sketchy.
Uh,
Like this whole story, make it add up. Make it add up. So you
right?
what? You want to be the
This man
polite
was a
guy
master.
to your ex sneaky link, but you're not being a gentleman to your girlfriend. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
wild. So what happened at the movies? They just
Mhm.
watched movies. What did they do?
They watched movies, and then he never really explained what happened, but I think genuinely, I think they went home together because this
Mm.
man was texting me at 2 a.m. He said they want to watch a movie at 7 p.m. That movie, 3 hours at max. What were you doing for 4 hours?
Girl, I'm telling you, because the math ain't mathing. That's what I'm saying.
The math ain't mathing. I was like, dude,
Jeez, man. And he tells you this in a restaurant. When he told you, what was your reaction?
I couldn't react because I was at my workplace, and I think he knew that.
Oh my gosh, that's so manipulative though. That's so crazy that he did that. Yeah. So you just put two and two together and figured that they went home together, but you didn't actually ask him if they did.
I didn't, because this is the other thing about me is I am a very understanding person if you're honest. Like, if you tell me you did something wrong and you apologize for it before I ask about it, I'm a little more understanding than if I find out about it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, and I'll tell you more about this when we go to the side chick thing. But so him coming to tell me that, oh yeah, this happened and I feel bad. And the thing is, I could see him shaking. He genuinely looked scared. Like, yeah, he was still like um making excuses and all that shit, but like I could see the fear and regret in his eyes. I was kind of like, okay, I appreciate you told me the truth, and that's bigger than, I guess, making a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah, like, so that's kind of why I stayed. I was like, "Oh, okay. You told me." And that was bigger than the other guy who denied it last time. So
Right, right, right. So
so
to you, you're
it's
like,
like,
oh, okay, here's somebody who is confessed. And I also feel like, you know what? Sometimes maybe when someone just comes and outright confesses to you, you feel like they're just going to tell you everything. And whatever they've told you is the worst of what they did. Right.
yeah.
And I can see why coming from your other situation, you're like, okay, this is a step in the right direction because at least he confessed and he didn't like try and hide.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So let's hear more about instances of cheating.
His issues. So
Man, he
after
was a
this,
serial cheater. Oh man.
but the next one I feel like was worse for me. It wasn't physical cheating. It
Mm.
was emotional. He had this ex, right? It's always an ex. Uh, he
Yo,
had
I'm
this
telling
ex.
you. I'm telling you, these ex-girlfriends.
Oh, anyway, so he had this one that he claimed he hated. That she was horrible. She used to cheat on him. They don't speak, and I knew her too, but like I didn't know their relationship like that, right? So like she was one of those people that I went to school with. So it'd be like, those people you say hi to every now and again just because you know
Right.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then now he told me the way their relationship ended, she was horrible, right? I hate her. I'll
Mm-hmm.
never speak to her. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's fine. I get it. And then cut to about 8 months into our relationship, and I don't. We were at the point in our relationship where he could use my phone and I could use his. Well, at least that's what I thought. Like, like he could use, like he knew my code. He could like, type of thing. Like I think his fingerprint was even on my phone, like Touch ID and all that. And then he started acting a little sketchy with his phone. So like let's say we're just sitting somewhere and he gets a message and he puts his phone face down or something. Those little things.
Yeah,
And
those seem like little things, but those are like hella sketchy,
Mhm,
extremely sketchy.
exactly. And I'm still kind of reeling from the fact that, he's the one who went on with the sneaky link or whatever the hell. And this is only like, yeah, like 7 months later after that. And so now I I went into his phone. I did.
You're like, let me make it clear. So wait, so
Let
he
me make
didn't
it clear.
remove your access. He didn't remove your access to his phone.
Oh, no, no, I didn't have access to his phone, but I knew his code.
Oh, got you. Oh, you knew it from like looking while he was putting it in, but he never
Yeah, so
told
like, yeah, I've seen him do it, but I had given him mine because, well, I didn't really care. I didn't really have anything in there
you. Hmm.
that I was like, you can't look at. And then I go into his phone and then I see, and the thing is, I went to like iMessage because they're like, oh, is he texting? And there was like nothing. Actually, no, I think I had seen a Tinder message. When you see when it sends you this is your Tinder code or whatever to log in.
What? Oh no,
Yeah.
girl. Girl, you did not see a whole Tinder message in the midst of your
I saw that.
relationship.
Exactly. But then now I go on the phone and there's no Tinder app. So I'm like, oh, you're getting smart. Okay, cool. Anyway,
He
then
was moving mad and in silence.
he was
Like
moving me mad as hell. Do you know, I just remembered this Tinder thing now. I'd honestly, oh my God. Anyway, but that was, so that was a side. That's a whole nother thing. That never really went anywhere because he denied it. But then I go into his WhatsApp and I see he has been talking to his ex-girlfriend almost every day for a couple months.
what? And
Yes.
actually, girl, wait, let's
After
pause here. Let's pause
Mhm,
here actually.
mm,
How were you able to do all this digging? Like, how had he left his phone with you? Was he sleeping? What's the tea?
he was sleeping. He was
Ha!
right
My
next to
girl,
me.
she said, I am going to wake up at 2 a.m. That's when I'm going to see. Listen,
I was like, I got time today.
I had a friend tell me sometime, a friend of of mine caught her man doing some nasty business on the,
Mm.
online, on the social media platforms, whatever. And with her as well, it was one of those. She was like in the middle of the night. She's like, Michelle, I had a gut feeling. I
Mm.
had a gut feeling. I had to
Yeah.
catch this man. So in the middle of the night, I woke up. He was fast asleep, and I did the things, and I saw everything. He was even. Okay, yes, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep. It really, it does something to you. Like it makes you physically ill. That
Right.
feeling that you get. And I couldn't sleep. And I was like, no, I have to see it. This is horrible. If he catches me, he'll be upset, but whatever. I have to know. And and then I see all that, and they've been talking about things that he doesn't even talk to me about.
Gee, so this man is talking
Every
about
day.
emotional stuff, like things that are weighing on his heart.
Emotional.
What?
Exactly. So when he is going through something, the person he goes to talk to was his ex. And I don't know, that one hit a little harder than the other one. You know? Like even thinking that he had hooked up with the other girl wasn't as painful as you're telling her all this shit and I don't even know about it. Like
Oh man. And I mean, especially because you also said you're an emotional person.
mm,
So I guess there's a betrayal on that front, right? What's like what two emotional people and then this
yeah,
is what you're doing to me.
exactly. So it was like it was intense because then it'll be something like I would ask him something and he's like, "What? I'm not talking about it because I don't like talking about my emotions." And then now I'm seeing it texted to some
To another
girl.
woman. Yeah.
I was just like, "Oh my god!" And the thing is, she wasn't even like in the same city or anything, so it's not like they were hooking up or anything. But
Okay. Okay.
that texting was, whew, yeah, that one did a number on me for a sec.
Jeez. Did you confront him about this? Did you wake him up? Wake up! What is this?
I did not. I thought about it. I took pictures of his phone. So I had my proof in my phone, my screenshots.
Come
Um,
on, detective.
I was
Come on, detective.
yes, I was like because I know if I ask him, he's gonna deny it. Obviously, you know what I mean. But I'm like,
Right.
I have proof. This time, I have proof. So I took that and I put his phone back where it was. I made everything look the same. I went to bed.
It's so amazing how you're like, I took my screenshots, then I went to bed. Something like this, honey, I would be boiling. There's no way I can sleep. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I wouldn't be able to keep it in. There's no way. Honestly, the Oscar goes to Keisha at this point.
Thank you, thank you. We've been working at this my whole life. Anyway, then I spent the next day. I consulted my best friend. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Is this because I was also stuck on the it's not physical cheating, so am I overreacting?
Okay. Hmm.
Because this was kind of the first time that anything like this had happened. Every other time, when someone like hooks up with someone, like, how could you have sex with her? It's something tangible to be mad at.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, so now I'm like, am I overreacting? Maybe they're just friends. Maybe he talks like this to his friends. I don't know, you know?
Hmm.
And and then I mean, obviously my friends were like, no, confront him, he's horrible. How could he? Which I wanted to hear, so that was great. Uh
Shout out to the friends who give us the wings to fly,
yes,
man. Honestly, shout
we
out to
love it.
them.
Exactly. You just need some support like that. And then, so now I go and I'm like, we were taking a walk somewhere. Then I sat him down on a bench outside in a park. And I was like, I need to ask you something. And he's like, what? And I'm like, do you talk to your ex girlfriend? And he's like, no, why would I? And I'm like, I'm going to ask you
Bruh. No,
again.
not the why would I? Not the why would
Why
I?
would I? Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, I'm going to ask you again. Do you talk to your ex girlfriend or not? And he's like, no, I've told you how I feel about her. And I was like, okay, here's the thing. I know you talk to your ex girlfriend.
Oh
I'm like, I was
man.
giving you a chance to fix yourself, fix your story. I know you talk to her and I know what you talk about. So now, why did you lie? And this man is like, he's like, oh, so he changed the story quick. Okay? It was, oh, now she randomly texted me 2 months ago, and she sounded like she needed a friend. So I started talking to her.
Wow.
And I'm like, I looked at him. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Like, how did you go
I
from,
was
no, I do not talk to this girl, you know how much I hate her. And then now you're saying, we do talk and we talk because she messaged me 2 months ago.
yeah, exactly, because she needed me. And I'm like, okay, but like, why did you lie then? And he's like, and then so he never answered the question of why did I lie. He changed the story too. This guy was a master gaslighter, by the way. Like, I
Yes.
would give him a fucking Oscar for it, because he's like, I say, why did you lie to me about it? He's like, oh, and I don't even know how she would have even gotten my number. Isn't she your friend? You probably gave her my number. And I
What?
was like,
Not this man flipping the table, turning the table.
dude, dude. When I tell you, he flipped that shit so quick, I was impressed. I was like, damn, wow. I don't even know if I gave her your number. Damn. Now I'm
Right.
confused. What?
Now you're like confused. Like, did I? When did I give her
Like,
your
wait.
number?
I'm like, maybe it was
Wow.
me.
Some men are wicked.
Wicked. When
Wow.
I tell you, oh my god, I could never. I swear that day, I remember something changed, something flipped. I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, you sat there and you're lying to my face, and now you're trying to make me feel bad about you talking to your ex. Really? Like, oh,
Do you know, I'm like
oh,
so
girl.
weak. I'm so weak. Like, this flipping of things, like I would have never seen this coming at all. So where did you go from there with
Exactly.
that situation?
I was shook. I was just like, okay, fine. I went home. He went to his house. I went to mine, and then as I do, I disappeared for a couple days. I went, booked myself into a hotel, and just sat there thinking for like 48 hours.
Jeez, man. That's so sad.
I know, like, now looking back at it, I'm like, oh my god, you poor thing. Wow, you should have left. But then I also realized this is where I go to the um revenge.
Okay. Oh, snap. Interesting. So the 48 hours in the hotel gave birth to revenge.
Gave birth to, well, this is how it came out at the time. I was like, I will forgive him because, I love him, and they are friends, and I made a lot of excuses to my friends.
Do you feel like he was actually remorseful? Because after what you said about the gaslighting, I don't even think he was begging for you to forgive him, was he?
That's the thing. No, he wasn't. He would flip it so far that I feel like I should be apologizing.
Jeez, he was good.
And then he claimed, he was like, okay, you know what, we're done. It's never gonna happen again. You know the usual spiel. So he gave me that. And I'm like, okay, let me leave it alone. But like, now at this point things were always weird between us. And honestly, more things happened, but I think that's a different episode. Uh, So then all this happened, and he acted as if they were done. I guess he deleted the messages and all that. But the thing is, it continued. They kept talking.
How did you find out?
Oh, now I freely went into his phone whenever I please. I mean, he changed his password all the time, but he wasn't a very complex man.
Oh my
There
gosh.
was a time, oh my god, jeez, if he hears this. There was a time I replaced one of his thumbs with mine.
You are smart, girl. Wow.
I replaced one of them with mine. And so yeah, I could, go in as I please. And I was just watching it happen. I never said anything.
So he deleted the messages from the past, but they still had another chat going.
Yeah, then they started again. Like, I guess when she then texted again the next day or something, they continued. Like, nothing happened. And And the thing is, because her and I are friends, I even mentioned it to her and I was like, huh, you know, you and this guy, you guys still talk, right? And she's like, and she was big headed about it too. She's like, yeah, why would we ever stop talking? You think you are gonna make that happen? I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
oh shit.
Snap! Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so with this guy, okay, we've heard of the first one, which is like the sneaky link movie, which he claims was just the movies, but you
Mm,
think something physical happened after, because hello, let's explain the hours. And then there was the text,
yeah,
the Tinder like code confirmation, and then now there's this emotional cheating with the ex. This is a
yeah,
lot of stuff to handle. And then you add on top of that gaslighting in all those situations. Did he also
yeah.
do something where you like were able to confirm that he actually slept with someone else, or like he was physical or physically involved with somebody else?
No, no, that he did not do. I
Yo,
don't
because
think
this
so.
guy, I was so worried. I thought you were gonna tell me like at some point he had a child with somebody else because he
Oh,
was
he
moving
probably
mad.
would, but the one thing he did not do, I guess, maybe more than once, was actually physically cheat. He was an introvert like that, I guess.
This was an introvert like that. I'm done. As if introversion would stop somebody from doing certain things. But okay, okay, I hear you. And
Yeah.
how long were you together with this guy?
Oh, I want to say like 3 years, three
Wow.
and a
Which
half.
is a long time. I mean, I think you really gave him the benefit of the doubt, because what you had said was the first incident happened 2 weeks into the relationship. So, like, essentially, you did three and a half
Mhm.
more years with this person.
It
And
was in the beginning. Exactly. It was in the beginning.
wow,
Like I should have, when I look back at it now, I'm like, I could have left 2 weeks in. I really wasted a lot of time here. You know what I mean? But when things are, when you're in love and everything is bubbly and there's butterflies and, oh, I love him, so he can do no wrong.
jeez. In this situation as well, it was, even though you stayed, I guess, for the 3.5 years, there were somewhat like trust issues on your end, right? Where you would check his phone to see what's going on. Or did the checking of the phone stop at some point?
It stopped when I lost interest. Like when I
Ooh.
realized that there was nothing I could do about it, I just kind of I wasn't checking his phone anymore because I'm like, okay, I know you're talking to her. I don't care. Um, I know you sometimes go on Tinder, and like things like that. I just I lost interest, and then um, I got my own lick back.
What does that even mean? What does that even, my own lick
It
back? What does
means
that mean?
this is like some 90s hip hop shit. Anyway, it's basically I got my revenge. Um, quietly.
Okay. Okay, what's the revenge now? Now I want to know, because I'm like, girl, this is getting juicier. Please tell us.
So after all this, eventually, we like it got to I had to get to realize why I did it. First of all, is really just I think I was just doing a tit for tat. Honestly, it wasn't even like I fell for anyone or anything like that. It was we were in a really bad space. As I said, the gaslighting was intense, and it kept going.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain what was happening first. He At some point he just stopped being physical with me.
Oh gosh. At what point? What are we talking about here? Like what year of the relationship?
We are in year 2 of the relationship.
And when you say not physical, what are we talking about? Like no kisses at all? Like what is not physical? Like what does that mean?
Why are we kissing? No, no, nothing. No kisses, nothing. Like maybe you'd hug me. We could hold hands when we're walking, but like, okay, to explain, we started this relationship as sneaky links.
Okay. So it was like a sex buddies.
Yes, we were sex buddies, and then now, like a year and a half into our relationship, we just stopped.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Cold turkey.
He just stopped. Cold turkey. Like nothing.
What?
Like, you know, when we were genuinely that couple who would be late everywhere because we couldn't get our hands off each other, and then he just
Little
stopped.
rabbits. I'm
Yes,
done.
little rabbits, exactly that. Our friends used to say that all the time, but then and then he just stopped, and to say I was shook and confused is an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, like, because it sounds like if it was happening so frequently, for it to just completely disappear, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, what's going on? Okay, so he pulls, he, I guess, removes that part of the relationship, and I'm guessing the reason why you would say it that way was because you still wanted to be physically intimate with him, and then maybe he wasn't forthcoming with it.
Yes,
Can you explain how he dodged being physical with you? What would he say?
he would be like, oh, he would give me, the regular, the one that they say that women say, oh, I'm tired, oh, I'm just not in the mood, um, or when we go to bed, he would just face the other way.
Oh,
Like,
snap. Dang. Okay.
we're not even cuddling anymore. You know what I mean? And now I'm kind of like, did I do something wrong? you know, like, did I did I make you mad? Like, did I do something wrong? And now I'm trying to think. I'm like, I know I didn't do anything. So what's going on? And I even confronted him about it. And the way he put it was, he's like, so the flipping of things that he does as a master. He's like, oh no, I just don't want to do it. Is that all you want from me?
Oh, snap. What?
he
Oh,
really he really
snap.
pulled is sex all you want from me? And I'm like, what? So now obviously I'm like, oh shit, am I asking, am I doing like am I wearing him down? Like, am I the problem? And
Not am I wearing him down. I can't even handle you.
and I'm like, serious? I didn't. He was like, oh, I'm not a sexual person. I was only doing it for you. I'm like, what?
You couldn't have been pretending for a year and a half, bro. Like, stop.
No. And the thing is, it's not even about the year and a half. It's about the 2 years before we started dating.
Oh, there
You
was
know what I
two
mean?
years before that?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. Okay. So at this point, he's gaslighting, and now he's pulled away from you physically. So you guys are now in I guess, an emotional relationship that does not have physical pieces to it.
hmm
Okay. So then this is when the revenge starts being plotted.
Well, it wasn't. I will say the first time wasn't intentional. The first time wasn't intentional. I
Wait, based on that, so you cheated on this person multiple times.
multiple sounds horrible. Let's go with progressively.
Progressively. Okay, I'm a listen now. I'm ready.
Okay, so the first time was definitely not intentional. Well, I don't know. I mean, they say you do things on alcohol that you want to do. So, as I have explained the situation, you can imagine my mental state in this moment. This is just after he had given me the "I'm not a sexual person" thing, and I was pissed and I was hurt, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I dealt with it for like a couple months after that, and then one day I went drinking, and I drank a lot, and then there was a guy who paid me the right kind of attention, and by and by I cheated.
Okay, and the cheating here. What are we talking about? What did you do?
I had sex with him.
Okay, okay.
I like, it was like a one night stand, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Then I felt horrible about it. In the moment, I felt justified. Like, when you tell yourself, it's like, yeah, yeah, no, there's a reason I'm doing this. Um, if he won't do it, then I'll find someone who will, basically. and but then afterwards, when I went back, I guess to see him, I felt horrible. And I thought for sure he could see it. Like I thought he knew. Like that panic. Oh my god, I feel like he can see it on my face that I did something and like oh I was panicking. It was horrible. For weeks. For weeks. Yeah. And I even thought about telling him and but I didn't.
Okay. Okay. Why didn't you tell him?
Because I at the time I felt like I made a mistake and he's done it too. And is it worth ruining our relationship over something I will never do again?
Okay. Right.
And also, it was this other thing that I don't know if I saw it on TV or something, but someone was like, when someone cheats and you feel guilty, right? And that is what drives you to tell the other person I cheated, right? But you go and hurt them for what? To make me feel better?
Mm.
Yeah, because I was like, if I'm telling him because I feel guilty about it. Like he doesn't know, he's perfectly fine. But if I go and tell him, that's just gonna hurt him. And am I really doing it because I want to fix this or just to make me feel better? And I guess I just kind of talked myself out of it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be the best girlfriend in the history of the world and pay my penance, quietly.
Right. Right. Like
Because
you said, you weren't gonna do it again. But we know hindsight's 2020. After all of this, we know that it
now,
happened again. Now we know it happened again. But I hear what you're saying, like where you were coming from. Okay, so then he
yeah,
doesn't pick it up. Clearly, he never picked it up that you did something. You also
he
didn't
never
confess.
did.
So tell us about the other time or the other times you cheated on him.
So as our relationship went on, it just got worse, right? It wasn't one of those, I was always one of those people like optimistic, like, oh, maybe we'll get to a point where, we don't hurt each other as much and, we don't fight as much and all that. And
Mm-hmm.
but it just kept deteriorating. Like we we did a lot of things to try and fix our relationship. Um but it just kept getting worse. Like the gaslighting, the fighting, it was insane up to a point where we weren't speaking
Oh, and that's bad.
while we were yeah, like we were in the same house, but we would not speak. You know what I'm saying?
Jeez. Okay,
And
that's a very toxic relationship. Then,
it,
if
it
this.
was insane. Exactly. And when I would say something like, oh, if you don't want to be here, then leave. Because he is the one, he put himself, like he took himself away and like went to start sleeping on the couch. Unprovoked. I never said go sleep on the couch. We hadn't even fought. But one day he just woke up and decided, I'm gonna start sleeping on the couch. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Wait, I have a
That's
question now about this. So you guys were like
mm.
living in the same apartment, same place or whatever. Were you guys on the same lease or like what was the housing situation?
It used to be my place and then he moved into my place.
Oh,
And
got it.
then
Okay.
we signed a new lease. Yeah. But it wasn't like a 12-month lease or anything. You could always just leave. So that was my thing. I was like, why did you insist on moving in here if you're just gonna ignore me? You know? Like why are you here?
Yeah, I mean, that's so
Because
crazy too. It's like, man, like that's such a weird environment, especially when you can't pinpoint what you've done wrong for somebody to take themselves to
mhm,
a whole next room, yeah, from you. That's worrying.
that was insane. But anyway, so this is where we're at now. We're at the point where we're not even speaking. Um, we don't even eat together. Like it was like we're roommates, but I still technically was dating someone. So I don't know. It was a weird situation. Like I had a boyfriend, but not really. Uh,
Yeah. So from your end, though, you clearly were hoping, like you said, you were optimistic that things would get better. On his end, was he making any steps to show that he wanted to maintain the relationship? So, like, why did he not move out and just call it quits?
he would refuse. flat out. He would be like, "No, this is like it was always." I don't even know how fights would go because we would fight about it. Would like, like go off and I'll be like, "Okay, fine. If you wanna go, then just go." And he's like, "No, I'm not giving up on this. I love you." Nah. That.
Okay, so the I love yous, and whatever was still there, but there was no
Exactly.
physical
And
intimacy.
yeah, so we would have like really good times, and then it was very bipolar, let's say. We'd have
Okay.
very good times, but then very bad times. And then during the bad times, you'd be like, "Oh, but we were fine just now. We could be fine again." Type of thing.
Right. You had something to like keep holding on to, like hope wise, because
Hmm.
there were good moments. Okay. So then the next series of cheating happened in this situation.
The next series of cheating. Yes.
You said I shouldn't say multiple times. So now I'm like, what word can I use? Instead of saying multiple times, maybe series of events, right?
Yes.
First one you said it was unintentional. So does it mean the next time it was intentional?
Well, I wasn't as because my one thing with the other time was I was truly really, really drunk. When you're like you wake up and you're like, what happened? Type of moments. It's like, wait, how did I get here? Type of thing. Um, or do you not have those moments? Anyway, my life is a mess. Um,
I'm listening. I'm listening. Yes. Okay. Okay. So the first time it was
but
like a
yes,
super drunk sitch. Okay.
yeah, where you could almost blame it on the alcohol if you truly had to.
Got you. Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, but then the next time, I think I didn't feel obligated to not cheat. You know what I mean? Like it was almost like, okay, fine, but if this guy is is here and I like him, I'm attracted to him, why am I not doing it for the guy who's at home and not speaking to me? Like,
Right.
you know?
Okay. Okay.
Exactly. So it was like, okay. It's not like I'm really in a relationship anyway. He's not speaking to me. Will he even notice? And yeah, so then I hooked up with this guy, and then I didn't again for a really long time. It was almost like I would do it, then I'd be like, oh shit, what did I do? And then I'll panic and then feel bad about it. I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't. But then, then I got to a point where I realized that I wasn't in this relationship because of lack of trying to get out of it. Because I did try to break up with him a few times. He just refused to leave, you
Wait, wait,
know?
wait. So
And
let's pause here. So when you
mm,
say you tried to get out of it, did you try to get out of it by saying like what you said, the phrase where you'd say like, if you don't want to be here, just leave? Is that it? Or do you mean you actually said, hey, this is not working. Let's break it off. And then he said no.
we had like conversations of like, what are we doing here? Like, can we just? And he would insist, no, we can fix this. We're fine. No, we can do this. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, whatever. But then he would go right back to not speaking to me. So like, it was a it was a very questionable situation, very toxic relationship that should have ended a very long time ago, but it did not.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. So you were about to say about the next series of events. It was because it wasn't for lack of trying to leave the relationship. It was because you were like stuck in the
Yeah,
situation, I guess, with this person who was not responsive
yeah,
physically.
or at this point, emotionally, anything. Like there was a point where I think we had gone, I kid you not, I'm not exaggerating, 2 months without speaking to one another. And when I said not speaking, I mean not even a, hey, how was your day?
This is crazy. And it's because you guys would be so mad at each other.
The thing is, at this point, I wasn't even mad. I didn't even know what was going on. It was just, and then of course I would get upset because I'm like, wait, what? You're just ignoring me? So then I got upset about that. And then, yeah. So we get to the point where we're both so mad, we don't speak. And at some point, it had gone to be like 2 months.
Hmm.
And I was now, that thing that they tell you that women check out of the relationship before they break up with you?
Yeah.
I was super done with it. And I And I was just now living there because I lived there, if that makes sense. Because also rent is expensive, you know? So I'm like, I have it really good here. Where am I going? You know? So then this was kind of like how the relationship ended. I basically met someone else.
Okay, like online dating or in person?
No, it was in person. I went out with my friend. It always starts with the day of drinking. Um, I went out with my friend. I should I should probably stop drinking. Anyway, I went out with my friend, and then I ran into this beautiful man.
Yo, and when you say beautiful, that's another level of good looking.
Yeah. I said I meant it. This beautiful man. Think Morris Chestnut. Anyway, I'm joking.
Ooh.
Uh, okay, yeah. But anyway, so that was the guy, and then I started talking to him, and he just had everything that the other guy was not doing. You know what I mean? Like, um, this other guy was, as much as he was really just always at home, unmotivated, doing nothing, like at all. Type of thing. Like not working, not doing anything. He's just sitting there. He's not speaking to me. He's a child, basically, let me say. And then I met this guy who has like his life together. And when you just don't have that, it's like, oh my God, wow.
I see, right. So it was like the complete opposite of what you had.
Exactly. Yeah, so it was like everything I was saying, why are you not doing this? The other guy was doing. So
Okay. So then did the guy at home find out about this relationship? Did you start the relationship with the new guy before breaking it off with the other one? Or how did that all play out?
it was never a relationship. We just hooked up once. Well, no, we hooked up a few times. Like
I was like,
now,
girl,
like
tell the truth. I was like, after the
after
painting
that,
that you
he
did
was
of
a
how this man
beautiful
was
man.
beautiful, yeah. And then and then she's like, oh, we hooked up once. I'm like,
No, we
okay, no,
didn't.
you did
Okay, no,
not.
I met. We
No,
hooked
you
up
didn't.
once, and then we started talking, and then we kept kind of hooking up. But then now for me, it was getting weird because I'm like, I can never bring you to my house.
Right, because I have a roommate.
Exactly, and he knew the situation too. Like, but I was like, I can never bring you to my house, and I don't want to just keep having to go there every time I want to see you. Or like every time we're talking on the phone, I have to go outside.
Okay, so
And
in the, I guess, relationship you were in, you guys still had the boundaries of not, essentially, like you wouldn't be disrespectful to speak to another guy in this
yeah,
guy's
like
presence.
yeah,
That's what you're
well,
saying, right?
that's where I thought we are at. So yeah, like we hadn't spoken about it or anything, but it still felt like that was where we're at. Like it would still be considered cheating. You know what I mean?
Right. Hmm.
And no, he never found out about this.
So how did you break up with him?
I told him I was moving out. I didn't say why.
Oh, snap. So you left. So
Yes,
you
so
left.
so this is my thing though. Like meeting this other guy, what finally gave me the guff to actually be like, you know what? This relationship should have been done a long time ago, and I can finally leave now. Like it gave me the strength to actually leave, and it's a horrible thing to say, but it really helped.
It was like the push, the final push to like get you to
Yeah.
be like, okay, got it. Okay, and he never found out about it. You never confessed anything. He never asked. So okay, so I guess for this part of it, the trust issues that were there were really more from this guy's issues that he had brought to the relationship, since he didn't have any trust issues with you because he
Hmm.
never found out anything. All right, well, let's transition to the side chick story. Um, so have you been a side chick?
Yes, Your Honor.
She said, yes, Your Honor. You're so funny. You're so funny. Okay. So, how did this side chick situation happen? Did you, I guess it's more of like, did you know that you were a side chick? Did you find out you were a side chick after you were already in the situation? Like, what's the story here? Tell us more.
So the main one, um,
The main one.
I I didn't know. I didn't know about it. This was just actually this was this guy that I then started dating eventually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So how our relationship started was a whole red flag. Um, so we were hooking up, right? Like we were fuck buddies and all that. And then um we had an arrangement, like we weren't even friends in public. Like we wouldn't even speak to each other in public. Like if we were, because we had mutual friends and all that, but like when they would hang out with him, I'd be like, you know what, I don't want to be there. So so we did not,
And why was that?
because we had had a very public fight before, and we had, when you've gone and talked shit about someone so much that if you go back to them, it
Okay.
would be like, what?
Gotcha. Okay, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. And this is before y'all's relationship started,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. This was like way like a
Okay,
year
gotcha.
before or something. So
Okay.
so now we then eventually, I guess, we started hooking up. So it was literally one of those 3 a.m. things, like you're in at 3 a.m., be out before the sun is up type of thing. Um
Try. Wow.
my life
Yo.
is a movie. Anyway, so so we were hooking up for a while, right? Like it had been months. Like we had like a working solid arrangement. And I mean, he was allowed to see other people and all that, obviously. But I had my one rule was, I'm not offering you a relationship. I'm just offering you sex. So if you find someone and you fall for someone and you feel like you want to be in a relationship, then please tell me. And like, like if I'm gonna be a side chick, like if we stop this, that's fine. Or if we continue this, that's fine too. But I need to know what I'm
You
doing.
need to know your position. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. To know your position. Okay.
So then obviously, of course, every guy always says, "Oh yeah, 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 sure, I'll definitely tell you," but but they never do. So then he, I guess, met someone, and they started dating, and I didn't know about this because again, I didn't hang out with him or with, and then this is also like where I stopped speaking to a bunch of people because of this, because our mutual friends knew he had a girlfriend, but they never said anything to me. And they knew we were hooking up too. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. So in
Yeah.
the middle of you guys having this hooking up 3 a.m. relationship, or not relationship, situation, he
Situation.
then found someone, he found somebody,
I
and
guess
then
during
they
the day.
grew feelings.
Yeah.
During
Yeah.
the day, before 3 a.m. Before 3 a.m. and after sunrise, right? Okay. Uh but then the thing is that according to the arrangement, he was supposed to tell you, but he didn't.
Mm-hmm. Then I find out about this, I guess, like a month or so into the relationship from my other friend who was just telling me a story. Like she was just telling me, she didn't know that I was hooking up with this guy or whatever. And then she just was just telling me, she's like, "Oh yeah, no, this guy and his girlfriend were there." And I was like, "What? Who? Whose girlfriend?"
Oh my gosh.
And she's like, "Yeah, no, no, no. He was there and he has a girlfriend. Haven't you met her?" And I was like, he has a girlfriend. And then obviously I was like, "Oh, okay, that's good for him, I guess." I didn't say it because I'm like, I was so shook. I'm like, how are you lying to me as your sneaky link? Like we're not even dating. Why are you lying? You know?
Right. So he actually never told you himself. Did you confront him?
I did. I did. This was horrible. I feel bad about it sometimes. No, I don't really. Okay, but anyway, so
Girl, I'm done. I can't. Yes, what happened?
so I confronted him, and then I asked him. I was like, he had actually come over. This was at 3 a.m. He had come over for, you know, nudge nudge. Then he then I'm like, okay, before we start, do you have a girlfriend? And he's like, oh, um, yeah, yeah, I do. And I'm like, how long have you had a girlfriend for? And he's like, we've been together for like a month. And I'm like, so why didn't
What?
you
And he
tell
hadn't
me?
told you.
Yeah, so I'm like, why the hell would you not tell me? And he's like, oh, I didn't want this to stop. I was like, what?
Yo, this man was red flags all around.
Like it's seeing these stories. That's when I'm like, wow, this guy was a red flag, like from day one. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's like, oh, I didn't know how you would take it. I thought you'd be upset. And I'm like, but I specifically said, I don't care if you get a girlfriend. Just tell me. You know what I mean? And uh and then we talked for a couple more hours, and he's like, yeah, no, um I wanted to be in a relationship with you, but then you refused. So therefore I found another girlfriend, what. And I'm like, okay, you know what, you're stupid. And then he left. So that kind of ended our little situation, right? And then does this man not go? And then he goes and blocks me. And then it's radio silence for like about 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, after 2 weeks, right? So he went and he's like, yeah, no, I want to try things with my girlfriend. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. I'm just a little upset at the fact that you didn't tell me about it, but you know what? I understand. Go, have love, be happy, right? And then he goes away. And then then he blocked me, which was confusing because I was like, I thought we were cool. Anyway, okay, fine. Then he goes, he was gone for 2 weeks, right? This man lasted in this relationship for 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, I I get a call from him, and first of all, I was shook because I was like, oh wait, you've unblocked me? Oh wow. Uh, then I'm like, oh yeah, what's up? And he's like, oh, I just wanted to apologize for not telling you and all that, right? And I'm like, oh no, that's fine. We're cool. I have no salt about it. You weren't the only one. I found someone else, something. Then
Oh, wow. Okay, petty much.
it's fine. And then he was like, oh, can we meet and talk, right? And I was like, huh. So also I was like I am Queen Petty a little bit. I will admit that. I just wanted to know that I still had a hold over this man.
Snap, girl. Wow, you were moving mad.
I really hope no one. Oh my god. Anyway, so I was. Then we went and we met up for uh in a park. We met up for like pizza and stuff, and then we spoke for a bit, and then now we're just kind of catching up and all that. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'll walk you home or whatever." And then we went home, and then we hooked up. Uh,
Okay. So at this point, you were now, I guess initially you were a side chick without knowing that this person had actually gotten into the relationship. But then
mm,
now, from this point on, after the blocking and the 2 weeks of silence, now you were like knowingly a side chick.
Okay, wait, no. On this first day after the 2 weeks, I didn't know because the story he came with was he basically lied again and acted as if they were breaking up
Okay.
because he was
Okay.
like, the reason he had blocked me was because as soon as he got home, his girlfriend asked him about me. She was like, who's Keisha? Type of thing. And then
Snap.
he thought that I had gone to her and told her. And I was like, why the hell would I?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so then he got upset, and then I guess that's why he had blocked me. And then now, I guess 2 weeks later, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I realized that maybe it wasn't you who did it, but it's it's pretty much done now. I miss you, the regular."
Snap. Okay. So he now puts you under the impression that they are broken up or they're about to break up.
But then
Okay.
I think right after we hooked up or something, then I don't remember if she called or something, and I was like, okay, dude, like, what's the deal here? What do you want? Like, clearly you're still dating, so what do you want? Why are you here, right? And then it kind of became an arrangement.
Okay, so at this point, you now knew that like I'm the side chick to like this girl.
Yeah, and
Okay, and now I have some questions for you while you were in the situation, right? Did
okay.
you ever think about no, because woman to woman, I have to ask you. So while you were in the situation where you now knew, because obviously
Mm,
there's a difference. There are times when you just really don't even know because someone was just moving mad and they never told you and nobody ever told you. That's different. But then in a situation where you know, though, my question would be, did you ever think about it's weird to say the other woman because you were the other
I
woman.
am the other woman.
But did you ever did you ever think about the girlfriend, right? Did you ever think about the girlfriend? Like, what were your feelings around that whole situation? Because you also said that you wanted to meet up with him to kind of still feel like you had a hold on him, right? So I just want to understand what was going on in your mind at the time.
I don't know. I think uh this is a hard one. I think okay, so this is a very toxic way to look at this, but I always feel like you cannot blame the side chick for what your boyfriend does.
Okay. So when you were looking at it, you were like, you don't owe her anything and you don't owe him anything, but they owe each other like
Hmm.
everything.
Because like he's the one coming. I made it a point to not be the one who searches him out. You know what I mean? Like that was the one thing he was always the one who would call. So I'm like, oh,
Oh,
okay.
so so you never sent him the you up text.
Yeah,
He's the one who
yeah.
would send it. And then you'd be
So
like,
he
I
did.
am up. I am
I'm
up.
like, actually, yes, I am up.
Okay, okay,
Which
interesting. Yeah, I
is
mean, like you said, it's one way of looking at things. And I just wanted to understand like what was going on in your mind. So I see what you were saying there. So did things ever blow up with the other girl? Like did she ever find out? Did she ever like confront you about it? What was the tea there?
she never well, she never confronted me or anything, but I think she knew about it because I guess she already suspected before. And this is a whole nother toxic thing to their relationship, but or maybe it's just the city I'm in. Uh, but it turns out,
Don't drop the city name. Don't let us
oh
know
no, I'm
which
not
city it
doing
is.
that. I'm not doing that. But but she turns out she was also having her own thing on the side.
Oh my gosh. What in the
So
entanglements world is this?
I don't know. And I tell you, Entanglement City, um, this is where I'm at. So when their relationship ended, I think he ended it because he was like she was cheating on him. But I'm also kind of like, but buddy,
You were doing the same thing.
telling me about him finding out about her cheating while we were in bed together. So I'm like, ah, hot kettle, but okay, sure. You can be upset she's cheating.
When he was telling you, was he like hurt or like angry about the fact that she was cheating?
Oh yeah.
This is the thing I don't understand, right? What I don't understand is how somebody who's clearly cheating has a
Uh-huh.
problem with finding out that their person is clearly cheating on them.
That's
Because
my
to
thing
me,
too,
you're
right?
doing the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to be doing the same thing and they're doing the same thing, I don't understand why you should even be mad. And you know what, actually, for anybody who's listening, and if there are guys out there who are like, oh, we have some stuff to add on to this, let me know so you can come on this podcast and talk to me about it. But I genuinely feel like, and this is a big generalization, I get that. I feel like women are, like in general, more likely to be forgiving of a man who cheats than men are of a woman who
Oh
cheats. You
yes.
know, like a woman can be with a man who's a serial cheater and forgive him 20,001 times. But if a man was to find out that a woman cheated, there's no like second chance for the most part. Like I said, it's a generalization. They're
That's the
obviously,
end of it. Yeah.
yeah, they're obviously like exceptions to the rule. But going back to your story, Keisha, it's like, dude, you cannot even be mad because, like you said, you're even laying up in a bed with me. Like, what is going on?
Exactly.
Why are you
Like you're
mad?
telling me this, as in you're telling me your side chick about how you're. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. How could she do that? Oh, she's horrible.
Yo,
Anyway,
man.
it was kind of insane, and I mean, I guess maybe that's why we got into a relationship together. We're both very toxic. Um, but that was.
Not you giving us a conclusion on the podcast. Like, guys, this is
We were
what
very
led
toxic.
us to be. No, you know what? I think I really definitely like appreciate hearing. I feel like this was a good episode because I got to hear your feels and your thoughts about like being on the side of being cheated on and then like being the
Mhm.
one who cheats and then also somewhat finding yourself in the side chick zone and then also then knowing that you're a side chick and like kind of navigating that because I feel like the cheating thing is something that is so complex, right? Because people have, and obviously, as you go from one person to another, who like someone who's cheated or whatever, like people have different reasons for why they do certain
Mhm.
things. And I'm not saying in no way or shape or form that like I condone it, but I feel like it's important to talk about it so you can hear what some people's reasons are. And then also, I think the other part was talking about if you have been cheated on, like what does that do to the trust factor? Like, can trust fully be built? Right to
Mhm.
what it was before and then also if you have been the person who's like cheated like how did you navigate or like how did you think about the guilt aspect of everything so girl this was such a fire episode I'm telling you that like thank you Keisha for bringing all the tea here it was so
Oh
good it was
my
like
god.
packed with so many lessons and you know what thank God for growth.
We thank God. And we thank God for therapy too.
Yes, yes. Thank God for growth and for therapy. And I think also, even when you're saying your story, when you were talking about
Mhm.
it, like what happened in the past, you're able to kind of realize that, oh, you know what, this is toxic and I probably should have left earlier, right? Like, oh,
Yeah,
maybe things didn't need to get to this point. And that's what growth is, which is great.
that is growth, and we thank God for growth.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much, Keisha, for being on the pod. This is so fun, girl. Thanks for spilling the tea and all your thoughts and feelings with us.
Oh yes, yes, I love it. I hope people can learn from this. You know, when you see the first red flag, run. It will not change.
Run. Right. It's not gonna change to a green flag. If it's red, it's red. And you know what? Run. And as much as it can be difficult sometimes to like leave somebody because you've been with them for a long time, sometimes it's better, that
Yeah,
way instead of being maybe in a situation where like this person is not talking to you at all and they're not like they're just unresponsive and all of that stuff.
yeah. It turns you into like someone you're not. Like just trying to deal with situations you shouldn't be dealing with. It's you end up doing things that you would never do. And just don't put yourself in
Mm.
situations like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Wow. Girl, that was so deep. So Keisha has two lessons here. Number one, the moment you see the red flags, run in the opposite direction. And number two, avoid or like remove yourself from situations that change your character,
Yeah.
right? So I mean, even if we talk basic things, like if you're a kind person and then you find that when you're in a relationship with someone, you're becoming a really unkind person, then that's not a really good environment to be in.
Mhm.
Like you're changing in a negative way. So just being mindful of the environment you're in would also help out a lot. So yeah, for everybody who's listening, thank you so much for hanging with Keisha and I. We appreciate it. Let me
Yeah.
know what your guys' thoughts are on the whole cheating thing and the trust, like rebuilding trust or the guilt thing. I'm definitely just really open to hearing, what people have gone through and what lessons they've learned. And guys, make sure that you rate the podcast, leave some stars on the podcast, wherever you listen on Spotify, on Apple, or wherever. And yeah, that's it from me, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us. Peace.
Bye.
Ndiwe wandiro ya moyo wangu, ndiwe wandikanganisa fungwa zangu.